and we will follow suit. So sit back, relax, welcome once, welcome twice, welcome 3 times, just as nice, and enjoy.
And that's been so interesting to me because it was a question that obviously I needed to go deeper with. So I'm going to tell you what Spirit told me. When Dr. King was killed, I'm a native Memphian, but when Dr. King was murdered in Memphis, Tennessee, I was a young mother living in Gary, Indiana. And so it was very difficult for me to watch all of the events on the television. But as I thought about the meaning of Dr. King's life for me, I want to share something with you that I hope will bless you this morning. How many of you remember the day that you joined your church? You remember the day that you got up and you had the courage to get up and walk down and make a testimony, a profession of faith. I remember. that takes what is called intellectual courage. See, intellectual courage is just a brain move. We all need courage, but there is a deeper, more powerful form of courage that is spiritual courage that's called fortitude. Now, fortitude is deep stuff. See, when we stand up and make that profession of faith and, oh, I love Jesus, I believe in Jesus, I'm going to follow Jesus, I believe everything he said. But you know what? That's not enough. Because I was riding along this morning and a verse that was repeated on the radio was that everybody won't get to go to heaven or enter into the kingdom of heaven because it's not enough to talk about it. You've got to practice it and teach it. That takes fortitude. The greatest fear that we all have as human beings is the fear of being humiliated, the fear of being shamed, the fear of being embarrassed, the fear of being wrong, the fear of being laughed at. And so many decisions that we make out of the fear of being humiliated. So can you imagine the level of vision and fortitude it took for Dr. King to get up every single morning and say, I've seen the big picture, so I'm willing to be humiliated. I'm willing to be spat upon. I'm willing to stand at the door, and when my mama and my dad and my this and my that come to the door for me, I'm willing to say, but I'm with the people I want to be with. That's fortitude. That's not courage. That's fortitude. Or when you get the meaning of the word, pick up your bed and walk. Do you know what that means? It means every morning that I wake up, Keith, I will still have this face. I'll still be black. I'll still wear glasses. I still might not have as much hair as whatever. But guess what? I have the fortitude to pick up all of those things that make me feel less than. All of those things that I may have been abused over. And some of them are very deep. But I have the fortitude to pick up my bed and walk anyway. And that's what Dr. King did every day. He just practiced some of the things that Jesus taught. And when Jesus said, look, they asked him, and people were following him around all the time just for the purpose of what? Embarrassing him, shaming him, questioning him, trying to prove him wrong. Do you know how many people follow Dr. King around the same way? But spiritual fortitude, a bigger vision, a vision for you and me, my children, your children, Miss Spicer's granddaughter, for all of us. He got up and reached deep down and pulled up some of that fortitude because courage simply was not enough. Courage won't get you through. Only fortitude will. Fortitude is spiritual courage. And so when they asked him, what were the two great commandments? And he said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, all your mind, all your might. And then he said, love your neighbor as yourself. See, that's the hard part to practice. We can profess to love God, but boy, it's hard. to love your neighbor. It's hard to love yourself so much that you can love your neighbor. You're okay with you, so you got some left over. And that's what he taught me. And then the biggest of all was that he taught me the power of forgiveness. When he made that speech, I've been to the mountaintop, I've looked over. You see, that's fortitude. Looking over, seeing the bigger vision. I've done my work. I have forgiven. I have forgiven over and over and over because I've seen the bigger vision. And you know what else he proved? One of those things that Jesus said that we had so much trouble with because we don't believe him. Jesus said, these things that I do, you will do these things and more. He proved.
Just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world alone. But there's no sickness, toil, or danger in that bright world.